Hello, Leo, and welcome to your full moon in Gemini reading. This is for the full moon in Gemini taking place on December 4th. It is happening at 13 degrees, I believe, of Gemini, is where the moon will be, and the sun will be sitting in opposition at 13 degrees of Sagittarius. Take what resonates, release what doesn't. This is just a general overview on what energy could be showing up for you for this full moon. I do feel the intensity of this full moon. I feel like it's a good energy, although it may come with some unexpected, out of nowhere, um, like energy, like an abrupt change or, switch or something like that. Air energy, it does move quickly. It can literally go from switch things up in the blink of an eye. So, very interesting energy we're tapped into right now. All right, Leo, let's see what energies want to show up for this full moon for you. You have a lot that feel like they want to come out. I'm not pulling all of these. We're going to start off with two. So we got the Emperor and we have the Four of Cups. Very interesting energy to start with, very powerful energy to start with. I feel like somebody is taking control of a situation. They're rising above some obstacles, some challenges, maybe some external interference that they've had. It feels like somebody is in their power, standing their ground, taking leadership. I feel like I kind of feel with this Four of Cups some nostalgia. I don't necessarily know if I feel like this is on your side or if this is an external energy, but it does give me that. Let me see what's underneath the Seven of Wands. Yeah, I feel like somebody's paying attention, right? I feel like somebody's reminiscing, looking back, thinking about something, but I also feel like they're paying attention to what you're investing your time, energy, and effort into, what you are working on. And I feel like that is what you are protecting yourself, your whatever this is, your dream, your desire, your movement. I feel like you're standing up, guarding yourself, protecting, defending. That gives me all that energy. So let's see what other things, messages are wanting to show up. This is for the sign of Leo. Wow. Nine of Wands. It feels like it's been quite the journey for you, Leo. And I feel like what all those baggage, those burdens, those things are behind you now. That very well could indicate why you are standing guard, where you're defending and protecting yourself. You're not going to allow certain energies back in no more. I feel like this is somebody getting a break. Like I feel like the weight of the world lifted off someone's shoulders, where they're recognizing, they're knowing that they don't have to carry this baggage or burden anymore. Something has shown up and relieved that pressure, or has allowed that pressure to be put behind them. I do feel like they're catching their breath and relaxing, or rejuvenating, or just healing, mending, that sort of energy. And when they are ready to stand, defend, protect, and move forward, they're going to be standing on a new beginning. And it is showing that Pentacle, bottom of the deck. Wow. Yeah. They're going to be able to celebrate some sort of security. So if somebody has been weighted down by, life in general, external circumstances, whether it be within love or money or anything like that, I do feel like that is what is breaking. Like that old cycle is breaking. It's just being dismantled. There is something more stable and secure that is on the table. It showed right up, the Emperor being the first and foremost. So this is definitely a very powerful energy of being a true leader, being in control of oneself and their situation, their environment, their circumstances, that sort of thing. There is an energy. We're not going to tap into that too much, hopefully. We're just going to clarify these energies after and we'll go from there. Yeah, I didn't want to tap into it, but it's shown up. So, damn it. Anyhow, you don't get to pick and choose, right? So I feel there is truth coming out, some sort of information. For some of you, this could be coming from a person who's in a position of authority with that emperor and this king of swords right here. And they are talking about they are going to disclose, or they have discovered and are going to disclose some sort of deception, some sort of hidden information. This could be what somebody's reminiscing about, looking back on, kind of like in their feelings about. I kind of feel someone's in their feelings about a situation. I feel like someone took action, moved quite quickly, doing something. It feels to me like an interference in someone's, like an intentional interference in someone's finances, financial security, stability, somebody's home or their foundation, something in their physical realm. Can even be within a relationship, right? Can be all the above. So you got to take what resonates, release what doesn't. Not every reading is for you. Always, I recommend checking your rising sign if you know where that is, right? If you have your birth chart and you know where your rising sign, because those readings will always bring more clarity and information. Then check your sun, your moon. Rising would be the first one I would recommend over your sun, because you can be watching like readings for Leo, but you may not be a Leo rising. You could be an entirely different sign, and that reading would hold, I feel, more impact because it's more accurate to your personal natal chart. So I hope that helps give you some additional information. But let's keep moving forward, Leo. Who is trying to trick and deceive you? Who is trying to lie, steal, or cheat or manipulate energy in a certain way, a way that really caused a lot of burdens for someone? So like, you're not going to go and intentionally cause a bunch of hardships for someone and walk away from that unscathed. So whoever that energy is, I feel karma's showing up for them. We got the Hermit card next. We major arcana card, and you see him holding the lantern. There is a lot of wisdom and knowledge going to be gained out of this, but also there is a discovery. Something is being seen. The light is illuminating an energy, and it's showing a truth. There's a discovery, definitely a discovery. Feels like in regards to a choice or a decision. Let's see what's underneath the Lover's card. Queen of Wands to the Moon to the Eight of Coins. I'm feeling someone took action secretly, deceptively, intentionally to sabotage someone's work, someone's career, someone's money, someone's financial resources, whatever this is, their physical stability in one way, shape, or form is how I'm feeling. I feel like this is going to be discovered, or it's going to be illuminated and seen during this full moon. I told you this full moon is nothing going to be nothing to play with. If you're someone who has a lot of skeletons in your closet, like, you're probably chewing on your nails right now because you can feel the intensity of this energy coming in. That Gemini energy is going to bring truth and clarity. We just had its ruling planet, Mercury, retrograde in Scorpio. So when it was in there, it was sitting exact with the new moon. So the new way forward to bring forth transformation was to dig these things up, to bring it from the darkness, from being hidden, into the light. And here we are. Here we are. So let's keep going. There is this discovery. I do feel for some of you, not everyone, but I do feel for some of you that there is, a person in a position of authority that's involved in this discovery and bringing this to the light. The next card shows up, major arcana card again, and that's the Magician. So something is manifesting for you, Leo. I feel like there's a choice and a decision that's going to have to be made. Wow. Look at this. This is very interesting. This feels so overwhelming just looking at this energy. But here goes. This is that choice and decision I feel someone's going to have to make. It's in regards to an offer, an opportunity, something new, a fresh start, right? It does bring forth an energy of I feel the discovery of where somebody was stuck, bound, like restricted from manifesting, is what I'm feeling in some way, shape, or form, as a result of something toxic, right? There is something that was hidden, I feel like it's been blocking your victory, your success. There is news or information that's coming out, can very well be in regards to someone's work. So I am feeling that energy where there is a discovery that's happening for someone. It's going to allow you, it's going to give that opportunity for you to liberate yourself from connecting to that energy. Maybe you're not even aware you're connected, or maybe you are aware you're connected. You just didn't know where this energy was coming from. But there is a lot of truth and clarity that is going to liberate you so you are no longer stuck or struggling or really facing a lot of obstacles and challenges. It gives me this vibe of that lower vibrational energy, like I said, where they thought they got away with something and they're not getting away with something. With this truth, it's almost, how do they say that? The lie can damage somebody, right? I feel like that could have been a part of this, where a lie damaged someone's reputation, a lie, something to do with the lie and manipulation. But the truth can crush that darkness, that demon, right? Because it exposes them to the light. When you see things in the light, when you see the truth of the situation, the facade is gone, the mask is ripped off, you are being seen for who you are. And I feel someone's gone to great lengths to create a lot of obstacles, challenges, and burdens for someone, so that they were so weighted down trying to figure things out, or um, you know course correct, or get things back in balance and check, that sort of thing. They were so busy that they weren't seeing the bigger picture of something. They weren't seeing what was happening behind the scenes. Well, what was happening behind the scenes is now going to be disclosed. It's going to be illuminated. It's going to be seen. And that, I just feel the withering away of that energy. Yeah, look, I say withering away of that energy. And look what I see. This is that Nine of Swords. I feel like somebody is going to be very scared, nervous, worried, overthinking, overanalyzing, trying to figure out, right? How do I fix this? How do I make this right? How do I get out of this situation? And it is showing up underneath that Emperor. So I am feeling for some of you that there's an authority figure involved, and someone is afraid. That demon is afraid. Look at the bottom of the deck, the Emperor again. And you see all that fire, you see all that light, you see things being like illuminated. He is shining a light on something, and somebody, I feel, is extremely overwhelmed with this information and news coming out. What they did, how they're going to be seen. Like, this is, oh, what a mess. But, it is what it is. When you choose to do these kinds of things, this is, something you should expect. A lot of people don't, but you should. All right, next thing that's coming up. Let's see. Give us more information and clarity on this Emperor and the Four of Cups, clarified by the Nine of Swords. And the next card that flew out for you, Leo, is you. You. You standing in your power. You having the strength, courage, and confidence. You persevering through a situation. We've already seen another energy out here, right? And I do feel like, where it was talking about you standing in your power, defending, protecting, right? Having that strength, courage, and confidence. So if someone thought you were going to roll over and just allow the situation to fade out, or forget about it, or sweep it underneath the rug, they got life messed up, is what I'm feeling with. You are here to completely close out this cycle and ensure that it does not happen again. And underneath that is the Nine of Wands, because you have been through some stuff. And I love to see both of these Nine of Wands, because, especially because the wands are all behind them, right? Like, I don't have an extra deck out here to find this card for you, but sometimes the burdens are in front of the person, where it's saying they're still overcoming these challenges, these burdens, these obstacles, this pressure that's being forced upon them. But I'm not seeing that in this reading. In this reading, I'm seeing somebody where they were taking, like I said, resting, recharging, relaxing. They're getting some sort of reprieve, or some sort of breakthrough, or some sort of information that literally is going to enlighten their way forward. But I don't feel like they're up jumping and running to embark on that. I feel like they're taking the time to process, to heal, to mend, to um, catch their breath, so to speak, and before they do move forward. There is a major manifestation showing up here for someone. So let's clarify what this um, Nine of Wands. Let's get some energy that clarifies this Nine of Wands for Leo. What is this Nine of Wands for Leo? Wow. Nine of Wands to the Nine of Cups. Happiness, joy, celebration, some sort of a manifestation. Leo energy again with the Queen of Wands showing up. This is someone who is taking action. That behind the scenes, they're doing something. Whether people see it or not, I don't feel like people do. Like they are kind of contemplating. I feel like they are considering, exploring their options. I feel like they're processing, the information that gets exposed, all of this stuff all at one time, right? So I don't feel like people can really see, and that could be something that's scaring somebody. People can't see what you're doing, what you're working on, what actions you're taking, and it's making them uncomfortable. And so be it. So, anyhow, let's keep moving. Let's grab some more energy. What is an additional message or insight for this Nine of Wands to this Nine of Cups? There is a wish fulfillment coming through. Look, I cannot make it up. Nine of Wands, clarifying the Nine of Wands with the Nine of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Lover's card again. I do feel I've seen it on the bottom of the deck already during your reading. And that was a choice and a decision. Someone made a bad choice. Someone chose something that wasn't real. Like you see a human right there, but this is like an illusion, a distortion, right? You get the Queen of Swords to the Seven of Pentacles. Wow. Here, look at this. I cannot make it all up. You go from that choice and decision that wasn't a real, like somebody made a bad choice. It was an illusion. It was a wishful thinking. It weren't real. Now the Queen of Swords is here. This Queen of Swords is speaking truth. It's speaking clarity. It's trusting one's intuition. It is Aquarius energy as well. They are working on, they are investing their time, energy, and effort into a new path, a fresh start. There's that Emperor again. There's that King of Swords again. So I feel this energy two ways. Like I can almost feel like what's happening for the person who was dealing with the obstacles, the challenges, and all the things that were thrown at them. And I'm also feeling the energy of that karmic debt that someone's going to have to pay because they thought it was a smooth move or a smart move to lie, steal, cheat, manipulate, hide things, try to get away with something that wasn't even real. It's almost like they believed in an illusion. They believed in something was going to be the way they envisioned it or desired or whatever it was, and it's not going to be that way. The illusion is being shattered. This is what I'm seeing happening. So I feel like this cycle's over for you now. It's done. It can be closed out. And I feel like that's what you're meant to do. Close out this cycle and enjoy these blessings, this good fortune, that Nine of Cups, the wish fulfillment, the things that you are manifesting. There it is. There's your new beginning. Like there is an energy that cannot move forward with you on your path, in this new beginning. It has to be closed out. It's something that has to be closed out, let go, and look. You have to independently, self-sufficiently embark on this new path. Ace of Cup, Ace of Wands. This is nice energy. This is like excitement, passion. You're being reignited. Your vitality is restored. Your love, your passion, your emotions are really on high vibe. That sort of energy. If you know when when you're, whether you admit it to yourself or not, when your vibes are low and they're high. When they're authentic, or if you're putting on that game face trying to, you know, make people believe that you're okay, you're happy, that sort of thing. I kind of feel somebody's going to get a front row seat to seeing genuine, sincere happiness, peace within a soul, in a person. So, yeah, there you go. And a new beginning to boot. So, let's keep going. Something is really big and life changing, I feel, with whatever this is that's being discovered, disclosed, and being closed out. So, Good for you. So happy for you. All right, let's see. Let's get one more card to clarify this Seven of Swords to the Ace of Wands. Yeah. Someone's walking away. They're no longer emotionally invested or interested. And it can be certain relationships, it can be in things, people, places, things, jobs, careers, whatever this was, but there doesn't feel the emotional connection, satisfaction, stability, something like that. You see, three cups are spilt. I do feel there was an external influence or an external thing. The one card you do see still, I mean, not card, I'm sorry. You see three cups spilt. So I feel for some, this could be a failed collaboration. If there was a group involvement trying in this deception or manipulation, you see all them cups are falling. And what you do see standing up are five cups, and cups are speaking of somebody is walking away from loss, regret, disappointment, letdowns, that type of energy. And it's leaving that behind for this Seven of Swords energy that thought for whatever reason that was a good thing to do. Like they're going to be, recognizing what they've lost. They're whatever they're losing, it has value. And they didn't appreciate, respect it, something like that, it's gone. They're going to be sitting in that Five of Cups at a loss, an emotional loss, that sort of thing. They're going to be feeling the disappointments, the letdowns, all kinds of things, probably because of they've attracted that through their behavior, through that Seven of Swords energy, through that trying to, bring blocks and all kinds of mess to intentionally to somebody. It's not going to work like that. So I was looking at the Hermit card to clarify that. Let me see, because this card came flying out for you. This is the card that came out. There's an apology. There's a Page of Cups. This is somebody wanting to offer an apology. For some of you, this could be, I kind of feel like if you have really dealt with a really good smooth talker, so to speak, that sort of energy, they're going to want to make amends, that sort of thing. I kind of feel like somebody, um, maybe indecisive, maybe, really feeling like not knowing the choice to make or what to do about this situation. It very well could involve family because of the energy I'm seeing right here. I'm not seeing success moving forward in connection with whatever this is, whether this be family, friends, coworkers, whatever it is. I feel like the injustice that was hidden was too great of an injustice to kind of like I feel somebody can forgive, but I just don't feel them moving forward in collaboration or connection with this energy. Yeah, I feel like this energy is blocked from their forward movement towards this new beginning. So something cannot move forward with you is what I'm feeling. That could be where you intuitively make a choice and a decision where that two of swords is. The two of swords represents being at a crossroad, having to make a choice and decision, not necessarily being able to see the way forward or what the right thing is to do. I feel like you need to tap more into, and you're first using your discernment, but second of all into what you intuitively know to be true, right? Because you can care, like we did see the Ten of Cups, we did see some energy where it could represent family members or people you love and care about. But you can love and care about people, but if they don't love and care about you, like, it's kind of like you're setting yourself up for a cycle of letdowns, disappointments, heartbreaks, that sort of thing. I don't feel like somebody's signing up for that. It's just the vibe I get. Yeah, they don't want the fake. This is not this. They want legit. Somebody I'm speaking to, you want the real deal, not this fake illusion, confusion. You're willing to put in the work. You're really ready to stay focused, eyes on the prize. I feel like not settling is another energy. I'm going to pull one more card for this. I feel this discovery just shattered. The way you see somebody, look at somebody, I don't feel like this choice is hard. No, I don't. There's the sun. Major Arcana card again. Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. Something is fated, destined. The timing is now to see the truth, to embark on this new beginning, because you can see all this energy and it's going right into that magician energy, right? Somebody is on the threshold or on that cusp of a major life changing manifestation. And I kind of feel like people who are not on your path now, who or have done things along your path to hurt you, sabotage, just bring hardships, challenges, that sort of energy. Kind of feel I wouldn't be surprised to see people having a lot of people wanting to come back in. You may have already been experiencing that during the Mercury retrograde we just had. Mercury's direct now. So it's going to be bringing out all the discovery of that retrograde that was in Scorpio to the forefront. And so I kind of feel like somebody knows, right? Like they know, they just know that you don't bring thief energy, sabotaging energies with you. If you're looking to go forward to success and victory and abundance and all of that stuff, which I'm clearly seeing showing up here, you cannot bring that kind of energy with you because you're ultimately setting yourself up for the loss, right? A thief is not going to stop stealing, right? They're not going to stop taking. Somebody who has unhealed, they're not going to, until they do the work. And a lot of people will say, I've done the work, I'm changed, I'm different. But, sometimes they do, but sometimes they just become better at hiding it or cloaking it, right? So that's where that discernment and that intuition comes in. I feel someone's putting something to rest, and I feel there's an energy that doesn't want it put to rest. This card it flew out in reverse. I'm feeling like somebody is putting something to rest and somebody doesn't want it to be put to rest. Bottom of the deck, Three of Wands. So, I mean, Three of Pentacles, I'm sorry. This is giving me that energy of they want to work together, they want to collaborate, they want to grow and expand, yada, yada, yada. But I don't feel it's a sincere, genuine energy. I'm not even going to focus on that anymore because I just don't see the energy of making a choice and a decision to take this energy forward. I just don't see it. Some will. I'm just saying I'm not seeing it in this reading. This is just a general reading. Yeah. Somebody wants to come in quickly, have a conversation, speak some truth. They're coming in as you're reaching this victory, this success, this recognition of something you've been doing. They're coming in like I feel they're coming in and not even wanting to rectify, make things right, do whatever. It feels like maybe they even want to tell you the secrets or the things that were hidden. I feel intuitively, Master, the Emperor and the King of Swords. I feel like you can. I feel know they're authentic, or if they're not authentic, or if they're telling the truth, or just telling you what they want you to hear in a way I to save their ass from what they've done wouldn't be surprising to me. Like, and not only on top of all of that, I feel like they want to be sitting at your winning table. I think they want to be part of your victory, you're part of your success, part of, like that sort of energy. But there is, and this is three times in this reading, this Emperor and this King of Swords have shown up to me. And I've even seen the Queen of Swords. So I do feel very strongly, like so convinced, like that whoever this reading is for, there is a person in a position of authority who has discovered something and they are going to expose this. And there could be somebody held accountable in the judicial system as a result of it. So let's keep moving forward. This is from the Mindful Messages. So this is just inspiration, motivation, some encouragement for you today. Take what resonates, release what doesn't. The first card shows up, says unlimited. I create my reality with the thoughts I think and things I focus on. I am unlimited in my ability to create a beautiful life full of good and love. Yeah, and I feel like that's always been someone's intention. And maybe you just had these, I'll call them demonic spirits, that were around you, and they just didn't want that for you. Like if you ever have been around people who get like it gets under their skin or it irks their spirit to see you happy. I remember, I don't even know how many years ago it was, but I seen this thing on Facebook and it was talking every day during the month. Well, I think you should be grateful every day, but anyhow, during Thanksgiving, everybody was posting something that they were grateful for. And I remember every day, like I would post something, which this is not a out of character kind of thing, but I publicly, I guess I don't do it publicly like that. It's kind of like my own thing, right? But at that period, I was posting it on Facebook, and I was writing something every day publicly what I was grateful for. And I swear, I had this person pop right off and flip right out, send me the nastiest message, delete me and block me and everything. Like, not like it hurt my feelings, but I'm thinking, what is wrong with this spirit, this person's spirit, to be so angry because people are grateful for things, right? Or showing, expressing gratitude. That is a demonic spirit, right? So, anyhow, the next card that shows up for you, Leo, is release. Today, I release limiting beliefs, harmful thoughts, toxic patterns, and anything out of alignment. I am ready for transformation and welcome that shift. I am creating space for a new chapter filled with love, abundance, and amazing opportunities. And we have seen this throughout this entire spread. I do feel like you are on that cusp of manifesting here I go with that whole new world in my head. That song has been sticking with me for so long now. I'm loving it though because it feels so good, and just the energy, the vibe every time I hear it like playing out in my head, I can just feel it just lifts your spirit, brings this happiness, this comforting energy. It's beautiful. And I feel like this is somebody's releasing energies that don't align with that kind of thing, right? They want the highest vibrational frequency. We're all going to experience some hardships, challenges, and things in life, but it's one thing to expect to experience those things that were beyond anybody's control. What I'm talking about in this reading right here were these were things that somebody was trying to control. They were trying to create blocks, obstacles, hardships. They were trying to steal something that would maybe make someone's life easier, better, heightened, something like that. This is that energy. This is using your free will to affect another individual's free will. There is serious karmic consequence for that. So, anyhow, the next card that shows up says, get focused. I love the blue. I'm seeing all the chakras showing up right now for you. So that feels very aligned with your internal compass. That's fantastic. This says, get focused. To attract what I want, I first get clear on what it is I desire. I envision it for a minute or more every day, feeling how it would feel to have this in my life and what I would do, how I'd react, and who I'd tell. I picture it all. Through my continual alignment with my desires, they begin to flow into my physical reality in divine timing. And we're seeing that all over this reading, the manifestation, the victory and success, the taking control of your own world, like mastering your mind so you're not getting into that realm in the mind of negative thinking or overthinking or what is it? Paralysis analysis, is that's what it's called, right? Where you just kind of like don't know what to do, so it's kind of like you just freeze, right? It's like you're not doing any of that. It doesn't look like it. It looks like somebody is taking the bull by the horns, and they're not like you have control, but you do have some control. You control who you allow into your life, who you allow around your energy, who you invest your time, energy, and effort into. And that, I do feel, is how you're mastering and gaining control over your life, your future, something that's destined. Whew. So the next card that shows up is intentions. Today is a fresh start. No matter how my day was yesterday, I can make of today whatever I want. My intention for the day is, and then it's fill in the blank right there. I know it's hard to see this color on these cards. So when you guys hear me struggling to read these, it's because the lighting, the color. But do you see now what I'm talking about with all the chakras out here that I'm seeing? Like I'm seeing the red. You can definitely see the orange, the yellows, the blues, the purples, the green, right? So very beautiful energy. Like I feel this is somebody really tapped in their power, really in their strength, having the courage and confidence to, like I said, take the bull by the horns, take control of their life, be the leader of their own life, protect and defend what they build, what they're acquiring, what they're accomplishing. And subconscious mind is the very next card. This says, I realize that subconscious beliefs or programs may be holding me back from my desires. For example, if I want money, I may have been told things growing up that I am subconsciously holding on to. So I go back to my past and release beliefs that no longer align, substituting them with others that do. Yeah, some of this stuff can stem all the way back to childhood, these traumas that someone has healed from. This, I do feel whatever was hidden or, being discovered or disclosed, that sort of thing. I kind of feel that's a different energy, but I kind of feel that if there were some sort of things that, like those belief systems that you were programmed to believe or think, or, they were infused, throughout your childhood, like you were raised on these beliefs or this thought pattern or something like that. I kind of feel it all somehow ties together, right? That could have been how you didn't recognize or realize or see whatever that deceptive energy was, for whatever reason this is. That's what's coming out. So take what resonates, release what doesn't. And we'll end this reading today, Leo, with this final message that says infinite creativity. At any moment, I am able to tap into infinite source of energy and creativity within me. Unique ideas flow through, each one capable of blossoming into beautiful creations. And Leo, you are that energy of that creativity, right? This card slid off, so there is that card, but I will give you this one just because it showed up. The better it gets. When things happen that cause me to feel good, I know there are much more good feelings, good feeling things coming my way. The better it gets, I keep rising up. And that's what I'm seeing happening with somebody. And they're recognizing where they were connected, tethered to, whatever way that is, whether it be energetically, emotionally, physically, whatever that was draining them, siphoning their vitality, their life force, their creative energy, um, for whatever reason, because I feel like they're still trying to siphon it, take it, steal it, whatever it is, because they don't have it, right? Like this is like that kind of energy. So I hope this serves you well, Leo. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Please leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. It does help. I do appreciate you for doing that. Thank you and have a great day. I send you love and light.